Imagine having your life changed simply by coming across a pool competition on ESPN. This week on the Lucky Breaks podcast, we talk to Abraham Diaz, an artistic pool champion who taught himself how to do his first trick shot by watching and practicing over and over and over again. His dedication and natural talent helped him find the best mentors and teachers that allowed him to become a top competitor in artistic pool, wowing audiences and Instagram followers by making the balls dance across the table. He's built a career as a custom cue maker and continues to strive for the gold medals in world competitions. We hope you enjoy. Welcome, everyone, to the next edition of the Lucky Breaks podcast. I'm Lueder, and I'm really excited to bring our guest here today. This is Abram, or sometimes he goes by Abraham, and he is a champion in artistic pool. And I've invited a guest host with me today because my friend Rich Nemcek knows a lot about artistic pool, and he's going to be helping me learn from Abram and learn what artistic pool is all about. Welcome, both of you.
Yeah, this should be fun.
Yes, thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Yes, wonderful.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, before we get into artistic pool and your road to the championship, tell us a little bit about your origin story when it comes to pool. So how did you get started playing?
Gosh, that's a question. I started, believe it or not, I started in 2007, November of 2007, because I remember vividly. I was on ESPN watching ESPN Classics, and it was Trick Shot Magic was on from 2005. It was Massey was playing Stefano Pinga in the finals. Something about it just kind of drew me to it, and I didn't even bother with any of the regular stuff. I kind of just went all in with artistic pool from the get-go.
Wow.
So I was pretty much 100% self-taught from the beginning. And then after about 2 years, a little after I made my professional debut at the Billiard Expo, Massey took me under his wing, and then Stefano Pinga as well. The two people I actually watched invited me to their places. Mike was living in Utah at the time, and then Stefano was out of Las Vegas. So I would fly out there and spend the weekend with them, and we would just drill a bunch of the shots that I had questions on. Because I was only able to do so much. Like I got to a point relatively quickly to where I kind of plateaued, and if I knew that if I was gonna go further in the competition aspect of it, I needed a mentor that was willing to teach me, which in pool, regular pool, it's kind of easier to find or to take lessons. But in artistic pool, it's pretty scarce to find someone to teach you. Like, how do you learn something like that?
How did you start? Like, what was the first thing you did? Did you just find a regular pool hall and start playing?
No, because, right from the get-go, I knew pool room owners were not going to like me.
Oh, right.
And that was just I knew that before I even got into it. So my buddy had a table, kind of started playing there. And within a couple months, I bought a table. I started in November of 2007. I bought a table in 2008, probably February. Because I did my first tournament in August of 2008, my first amateur event in Las Vegas.
Yep. Yeah, that was going to be one of my questions. Is like, how do you practice? Like, where do you even try to do that? Because whenever I see it on YouTube, it's like you know an artistic table because it's destroyed in patterns. Like,
yes.
Yeah. So it's like that is. Yeah. How? Yeah. So you got a table, and that's just where you do the majority of your practice. Then.
Yeah, and it's not like today. I mean, back then when I first started, it was MySpace. I had a MySpace account. So I would message a couple of these guys, and then they were like, yeah, you should try this forum. And the forum was called 21 Ace. Yeah, the poker chip.
Okay.
Now, that was a website, a forum, a Discord set aside for not poker players, but it was actually guys that did tricks with poker chips.
Sure.
The poker players didn't want them on their website. Well, the pool players didn't want us. They didn't want us on their website on AZ Billiards. So we kind of started our own, and it was called 21 Ace, and it was basically a forum, a Discord where a lot of the pros, a lot of guys from internationally, guys like Eric Yao, I'll mention, Mike Massey, Gabby Vasoyu out of Romania, Florian Kohler also, because we came on the scene at the exact same time. That's where I was able to get a lot of the questions answered that I needed. And then at that point, what can I say? You just grab the Masse cue and his jump cue and go to town on the table.
Yeah.
And you're going to ruin it. You're going to destroy the felt, I can tell you.
Oh, yeah.
How often do you replace the felt?
Well, early in my career, I was replacing it about every 6 months, brand new felt. Now, I haven't torn felt in years, but now I probably do it about every 18 months or so.
Okay.
Because, the damage is very minimal. Like what you see right here, these little white spots. I mean, that's about as bad as it gets once you get to a certain level.
Yeah. I was gonna say, do you want to explain to the viewers like what is artistic pool? Because I'm sure most people watching right now they probably haven't even heard of it, let alone have any idea what it is.
So artistic pool, a lot of people know it as trick shots, but it's actually so much more. When I first got into it, my whole goal was, so artistic pool is divided into 8 categories. Category number 1 is the trick shots. That's multiple balls going into multiple pockets. Category number 2 is special arts. That's a lot of the speed shots, multiple balls, rapid firing shots, using shots that require props like triangles, bridges, shots that require the use of those props. The third category is draw shots. All the stuff that consists with hitting the cue ball low. The fourth category is follow shots. Anything that requires you to hit the ball with extreme high. The fifth category is actually 2 categories combined. It's banking and kicking. Multiple balls going off multiple rails and into the pockets. Category number 6, stroke. Stroke is all the extreme spin shots that require the cue to be level. Not necessarily a Masse shot.
Okay.
Category number 7 is jump. All shots that go airborne are jump shots in that category. And then the 8th and final category is Masse shots. All the shots that require you to hit down vertical onto the ball.
Okay.
Well, when I first saw Trick Shot Magic on ESPN, I started practicing. I was actually, I was confused of the format myself. My whole goal was to qualify for the tour, eventually qualify for the world championship, and basically go to compete in strictly the jump category.
Oh, okay.
That's what was my intention. I was going to go and win the gold in strictly jump.
Nice.
I didn't want, come to find out when I entered the Masters tournament, my first amateur event actually in Vegas, they're like, no, it's 8 categories. You got to shoot all the shots.
Oh my God.
You can medal in the different categories, but you can't just say, I'm just going to compete in jump. No, you got to shoot it all. But I was obsessive more with jump. So, which is what I have several medals in is jump.
Nice.
So once I found that out, I started practicing everything. And in doing so, I kind of fell in love with not only the jump category, but the stroke category as well, because the stroke category was probably the category, not because I probably have the most medals in, but at World Championships, but it was probably the category that gave me the most problems. Which gives me the most problems to this day. If you ask me, the stroke category and the Masse category, to me, those are the two most prestigious medals to win.
Yeah.
Because the shots are so very low percentage.
Yes.
You know, and you only get 2 to 3 tries depending on the tournament.
Exactly.
So yeah, it's artistic pool. It's a combination of every discipline, every category in pool.
Mm-hmm.
It's a way so people could see what happens when you put extreme follow on a shot. This is what you can do when you put 3 tips of draw on the cue ball.
Mm-hmm.
This is what you can do when you jack up really high and strike down to do a jump shot. Not only can you clear the ball, you can clear a 2-foot barrier.
Exactly. So when you're going against your opponent, you guys aren't potting balls like an 8-ball or 9-ball or 10-ball or snooker. No, you guys have only a couple balls on the table.
Yeah, so it's when I'm playing somebody like when in 2017, I was one of 4 selected for ESPN Trick Shot Magic.
Mm-hmm.
Literally 10 years to the day almost of me watching it on TV, I've got on ESPN myself.
Awesome.
And it was there where I initially found out. So it's like a game of horse.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shootout.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, contrary to popular belief, and the players are going to probably kill me for saying this if they watch this, you think I'm seeing, if we're playing each other on ESPN, you throw a shot at me, you think I'm seeing that shot for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yep.
Here's the thing with ESPN, with Billiards International, when I got selected for ESPN, the producer, they call me and they basically say, okay, you got to submit a dozen shots. I email them these shots already diagrammed to the board, Billiards International, which are the people that sell the feed to ESPN. They approve of the shots, and they forward those shots to all the players, the 3 other players.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a televised event. They want to see shots made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm not going to make your shot,
Mm-hmm.
I'm at least going to come close to making it and not look like a complete fool.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's also stated, and I could say this now because Billiards International is no more. It was stated that in order for you to submit a shot for the ESPN tournament, you have to have a 75% connect rate on it.
Okay.
Because if you miss shots, you're not going to be invited back.
Right.
It's not like, and that's another thing I'd want to clarify. It's not like our artistic pool. I mean, it's stressful in the sense that it's a little bit different than a regular rotation. I mean, Shane Van Boning could play Fedor Gorsh.
Mm-hmm.
Fedor can miss a shot, walk back to his chair, and still look like a seasoned pro.
Mm-hmm.
You get up there during a trick shot shootout. If I miss the shot, and then if I miss the next one after that, what good am I? Who's gonna pay
Sure.
$100? You know, like in China, like, you know, we equated to almost $100 to buy a ticket to go see the World Championship.
Mm-hmm.
They're not paying that to watch Florian Kohler or Venom stink up the joint, or to watch, you know, Steve Markle miss when, well, he's making them all on the internet. These guys all, no, you got to make the shot.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's a little bit more pressure as an artist to be able to put out, essentially, you know, in a game of 9-ball or 8-ball, oh, I just shot bad, you know. If you're that heartbroken about it, you're going to get another shot next week at the next tournament or at the next league night. You know, a lot of these guys, there's 2, maybe 3 events a year.
Yep.
You lose, sometimes you're dwelling on that loss for 6 months before you even get another chance.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's tough. Yeah.
Question for you.
Yes.
Because I think what's interesting about the sport, it's called artistic pool. And as you were describing all of that, I actually see 2 forms of art. There's art in executing the shot, but there's also art in the design
of the shot?
Yes.
Because it sounds like you, the player, are actually designing the shots that are going to the tournament. Is that what I heard?
Yes, actually, the pool table is a canvas on its own. And that's what it is like for the World Championship. I can tell you the World Championship this year is going to be in South Africa. I'll be in Cape Town in March.
Wow.
They're inviting the top 36 shot makers from all over the globe. And I can tell you that in that environment, it's like it's a lot of pressure. Because some of the guys, some of these countries, like I can tell you, France this year, they're sending 2 players out of the 4 spots Europe is allocated. They don't have major events like we have here in the States.
Yeah.
Like here, like I'll tell you, I've actually been retired for about a year and a half from competing. It was only in then the timing of this episode was perfect because I had just made the decision to get out of retirement and start competing again. Because I went literally, all it took was a year of me missing a couple of the majors and seeing the people that won and me screaming at the live stream, knowing that I made a mistake by not going, kind of pushed me to get back into the competition.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's also physically demanding. Another reason why I had stopped competing, one was to focus on my business, but it was also, how could I say it without being offensive? But I'm almost 40, and that's not old by any means. It's not. But in the contents of artistic pool and the people that I go up against, I'm one of the older guys.
Yep.
And a lot of the shots are pretty physically demanding. When you're practicing, you're practicing Masse shots. I got my knee up on the table and I'm jacked up.
Yeah.
You could only stay in that position for so long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before your back starts talking to you, and and that's what it is. And I just hope to see the sport grow more, because the truth is, artistic pool has only been sanctioned professionally since 2000.
Okay.
The sport is literally 25 years old in comparison to all other cue sports. We are very young.
Yeah.
And I can say it because we're formatted for it. And I'll say it here first. If you see any cue sport in the Olympics, it will be artistic pool first. I can promise you that. It won't be 9-ball. It won't be 8-ball. It'll be artistic pool. The next thing that'll get in would be 3-cushion.
Yeah.
Because the WPA, believe it or not, they take their orders from the Olympic Committee. Even though we're not an Olympic sport, and it's already been said, artistic pool is perfectly formatted for the Olympics, and it appeals to the masses.
Yeah.
It appeals to masses,
It's fun to watch.
So that could potentially upset a lot of players, that it would be artistic pool. The reality is that's what would get into the Olympics before anything else.
Well, I think people who don't play pool can appreciate artistic pool. We obviously love watching regular 8-ball and 9-ball, but that's because we know what's going on the table. We know how hard certain shots are. But the average person who doesn't actually play pool, they're not going to find it that.
Yeah, I mean, seeing a table without any pockets is going to confuse a lot of people to begin with.
Well, for sure.
But watching the skill that artistic pool players have it's amazing. So that's why I watch it.
But I will say this. I mean, yes, what we do is, it is amazing, and the shots are great, but ask us, how many of us are good pool players?
That was going to be one of my questions, is like, so you said that you started playing artistic pool. So how much 8-ball, 9-ball do you play?
So people ask me, so are you really good at So they watch my videos, they'll watch my IG.
Mm-hmm.
Then what happens is someone will draw me at the local tournament at Break Room.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Brandy and Jesse.
Nice.
They'll be terrified.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't play. Like, I mean, gosh, I missed playing trick shots and shooting artistic pool I missed it so much.
Mm-hmm.
I recently had joined a couple months back, joined BCA.
Okay.
Because you can jump.
And played regular pool.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. And I'll be quite honest, it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
I like it, but I'll give you guys credit. I mean, you guys think what I do is amazing. I think you getting to stop that white ball in this little area, that's pretty hard. Because I overhit the crap out of everything. Even my captain was like, "You don't safety much, do you?" I'm like, "No."
Yeah, that's not necessarily a skill that you use too much in artistic pool. Yeah.
But the point is, a snooker player isn't necessarily going to be a good 9-ball player.
Oh, yeah.
A trick shot artist isn't going to necessarily be a good pool player.
Yeah.
A 3-cushion player doesn't, just because they're good at 3-cushion, doesn't make them a good 1-pocket player.
Yeah.
And people need to understand that. And artistic pool, it gets a bad rap. They think a lot of people and a lot of the top rotation players, they kind of think it's a joke.
Sure. Sure.
But the truth is that if they put in the time, like just like 9-ball,
yep,
it's the same amount of work. I mean, it's 10,000 plus hours.
Right.
Yeah. It's just a different game. That's all it is. You don't have to like it, but I will say to a lot of the regular pool players, I mean, just respect it. I'll never knock any other game. Don't knock ours. It's entertainment, and the big job is to appeal to the masses, to get the sport, to get all of Q Sports to grow as a whole.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
And that's really
Definitely.
the big picture. If I can get a 10-year-old kid to say, "Wow, Dad, can I get a pool table?" after them watching one of my YouTube videos or one of Florian's, that's really what it's about.
Yeah.
Because a kid might get on YouTube or TV and their first reaction to pool may be a 1-pocket match. Now, I'd find that great. I'd be glued to it, but to a brand new kid that's new to Q Sports, he might think that that's boring.
Yeah. It's
Versus
a
if he sees me jump over a 2-foot barrier and make the ball in the corner, he's gonna, whoa, that was cool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like in baseball, everybody loves the long ball.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And same with football. Everybody loves the Hail Mary pass.
Right?
But they don't do it anymore.
People want to see touchdowns.
They do.
They don't
want to see rushing. And anyway. Go ahead.
No, I was going to ask, what's the difference in equipment?
Oh, it's very simple. Like, not much different than regular rotation or regular pool. Like, if you play 9-ball, you would have your break cue, your play cue, and your jump cue. As a trick shot artist, same thing. But instead of a break cue, I don't carry my break cue. I have a Masse cue instead of a break cue.
Yeah, you said that earlier.
Yeah.
What is a Masse cue?
So a Masse cue, it's a cue that's a little bit shorter. Mine, I custom build them actually for other trick shot artists because I'm a cue maker as well.
Oh, nice.
And we'll get into that, but it's a cue that's shorter. So usually 44 inches are the specs of mine, and it's a little heavier. So it's basically tailored for striking down on the ball.
Gotcha.
To basically, it allows the player to maximize the pressure on the ball and on the slate.
Sure.
Which gives you that big curve spin. not a very practical cue unless you're an artist that's really serious, because you can masse with your regular cue, but just not in such an extreme fashion.
So is there a difference in like the diameter of the tip or tips that you use? Or are those also different?
So masse cues usually, mine are 14 millimeter tips.
Yeah, that's big.
It's very similar to some break tips, you know. Sometimes customers, players will request me to do a 13.75 or a 13.5.
Okay.
But rarely ever smaller than that.
Yeah.
You really want to maximize the pressure when striking down, especially, you know, it's one thing to curve around one ball, but when you got to curve around 10, you need to be able to shoot the ball further up table before the English take. So that's the only thing that I would say is pretty tailored to an artist, because they're not mass produced. If you want a masse cue, it's because you went to somebody and they built it for you.
Gotcha.
There's one company that makes one, and that's Jacoby. They make one. It's pretty general.
Yeah.
But yeah, once you get to a point, you'll get one made
custom
for sure.
Made. Yeah, custom made. Gotcha.
That leads me to a question. There is a lot of physics involved in what you're doing.
Yes.
Is that something that you think about, study? Like, do you know the physics behind some of these masse and long draw shots and things?
I mean, essentially a masse shot, it was a lot of homework, a lot of studying. If someone were to come up to me right now and say, could you teach me how to masse? I'm going to say, sure. Now, can you teach me to masse and have full control of where it breaks off? That takes many years. And the reason is, the difference is, when playing regular pool, you aim at the spot on the object ball where you're gonna hit to make, versus a masse shot, you're striking on the cue ball. I'm actually aiming on a spot on the actual felt. Where you aim on the felt is where the cue ball breaks off in the spin. So if I'm aiming here, that's where I want the cue ball to make the turn. Where you aim is where it'll turn.
Yeah.
And that's something you got to learn, because there's masse shots that you hit, it's going to go off this rail, then it's going to turn. You got to know it's studying all that. And the only way you do that is by,
just
what
lots
happens
of
if I hit the ball really, really hard in this spot on the cue ball? Oh, it does that. Well, what if I hit it half a tip over? Oh, it does that. Well, what if I do this? What if I hit one tip over and one tip up with the same force and aim at that rail? Oh, well, now it's going to go back and forth, then it's going to hook.
Yeah.
You know, and to know all that, it's so, like, before I used to watch one of Florian Kohler's videos, Venom, and I'm wondering, I think he's hitting at about 2 o'clock, 90 degrees of elevation, and he's aiming at the second diamond, I think. Then I'd go try, oh, no, that wasn't it. Now it's to the point to where I can see any masse shot, and I can be like, oh yeah, he's hitting that inside 7 o'clock, 2 tips from center, and he's aiming 6 inches past the pocket.
And like, then you can repeat it.
And then I not necessarily repeat it, but I'll come pretty close, or to where I'll have that shot recorded within a matter of hours if I know exactly where to hit, because I've already developed a stroke for the masse. Because that's the other thing. You can know where to hit on the ball, but you also have to have the
touch.
Flick of the wrist. And that's what it is. It's a flick of the wrist.
Yeah.
You need practice for that.
Lots of practice for Masse.
Yep.
Is there anything that an artistic pool player can do that you think we should learn how to do, like us regular vanilla pool players? Like, what do you think would be most useful to us to make our game better?
Good
what
question.
a pool player can like learn from a trick shot artist, pretty much. Well, it's like two main things. One, they can learn how to practice something repetitively.
That
And
sounds
it's not even a repetitive drill. No, it's if you're having problems with a long straight-in shot, or if I'm having problems with a particular Masse shot or a particular jump shot that's in the shot program for the tournament, it's being disciplined to sit there and practice that shot 500 times. Like, for the last tournament that I competed in, there was one shot in the stroke category that I literally my instructor counting, I literally shot the same shot over 700 times in one session.
Yeah.
Wow.
The other thing that you can learn, that a pool player can learn, is short-term memory. The best trick shot artists and the best pool players are the ones that have short-term memory, meaning if I miss a shot, even if it was to beat my opponent on the hill and now I gave him a chance, so it doesn't matter what it is, forget about it. If you miss the shot, move on and don't dwell on it, because there's nothing I can physically do that's going to change it. I just blew the shot. You just gave up ball in hand.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do about it. Nothing you could say. You can't plead your case. The player's not going to say, you know what, okay, I'll give the ball back to you. There's nothing you can do that's going to change it. So why dwell on it?
We had a guest on our podcast say, be a goldfish, because they have no memory. So that is like really great advice.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
and it's one thing, and I love, you don't got to look any further than watch SVB play. I've seen him miss shots.
Yeah.
He'll shake his head and sit down. But that's it. You've never seen him lose his cool. I've never once seen him lose his cool. The same thing with like the Coe brothers. They can miss a shot or not play bad. The worst you ever get is a simple.
Yeah.
They'll smack, and then they'll grab their chuck and they'll walk back.
Yep.
We've all witnessed it in league. We all kind of get happy when we get our opponent mad, when our opponent gets mad. Because once that happens, you kind of own them.
Yeah, exactly.
You own them.
You don't even have to do anything. They
just
do it to themselves.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. You lose at a tournament, don't beat yourself up. You miss a shot, who cares? At the end of the day, it's just a game. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I mean, I make my living in the industry. Don't beat yourself up. You can lose in league, lose the USAM. I've never won the World Artistic, the overall. I'm a multiple-time world trick shot, but I've been to the finals 4 times. I have 4 silver medals, 3 bronze. I don't have a gold yet. And guess what? The last time that happened was, in 2017, I lost in the finals and I cried for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But guess what? You got to get over it.
Yeah.
Don't beat yourself up. It's just a game.
Yep.
I don't care if you're a professional and that's how you put food on the table. At the end of the day, it's just a table game.
Yeah.
So don't take it too serious.
Great advice.
Yeah.
Great advice. Well, tell us a little bit about your cue making business, and then we'll have a magic 8-ball question as well. So yeah.
So as far as the cue building, a very interesting story. So in 2000, right after 2008, I had just done my first amateur trick shot event. Tom Rossman put it on. Dr. Q, he did it in conjunction with the APA Worlds. It was back when we were at the Riviera in Vegas.
Oh, I remember that.
So I took second. That whole thing happened there, and the Pro-Am happened that December. Well, that was Florian Kohler's debut as well. We both came in at the same time. Well, we had talks. I was a manager for FedEx, and I was like, F this. I was like, I'm not into the straight job thing. If that's even, that sounds so bad, me saying that. But yeah, I'm not into the straight job thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I knew the only way I can make a living in the industry at that time was I would have to do exhibitions.
Yeah.
I'd hire a talent agent and basically tour and be on the road.
Yeah.
On top of competing.
Exactly. Nonstop.
Well, that's what Florian did. He did it, and I commend him for that. He did it and did it well. He got a talent agent. He has a manager, and it's business. And he was able to. I didn't go that route. I didn't want to be on the road 200 days out of the year like he is. Not so much now because he's a league operator, but so how else could I make a living in the industry that I love? Well, a cue maker I had looked up to at the time, his name was Dennis Diekman, may he rest in peace. He was one of the founding fathers of cue building, modern cue building. He was one of 12 cue makers to be invited to display a cue in the Smithsonian.
Wow.
So he passed years ago. He passed years ago in 2016.
Okay.
But before he had passed, he was one of the I knew of him because he was the only cue maker that built Masse cues.
Okay.
So if you were a trick shot artist,
chances are
you wanted a Diekman Masse cue. Well, he was the one, he ended up gifting me a Masse cue before I went to China. And it was at that point in 2015, before he had gotten sick and passed, that he was like, you're good with your hands. You started doing tips because I was already kind of fiddling with tips. And I was thinking, oh, well, I could do this part-time. And, he's like, you should build cues. He's like, and as a matter of fact, I think I want you to build the Masse cues after I'm gone.
Wow.
So he kind of, over the phone, took me under his wing and taught me the early stages of my cue repair and cue building journey. And then after he passed, my buddy out of Abilene, Texas, named Curtis Robertson, may he rest in peace. He's also gone now. He took me on he gave me the apprenticeship and basically showed me fundamental structured cue building.
Nice.
And since then he's passed on, and that's pretty much where I've been. I strictly, I build custom cues for people, and I also build cues for other trick shot artists and other players. And
that's great.
A lot of top professionals, have been in my workshop, Carlos Beato, SVB, John Schmidt, to name a few of them. I work on their stuff. Florian, as big as a competitors as we are, he only sends his stuff to me.
Oh, that's so cool.
Because as a trick shot artist, I kind of know what needs to be done to the equipment.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
So that was a blessing in disguise. Without me realizing it, I was able to make a living in the industry that I love without being on the road. Because to be honest, I don't mind doing exhibitions and shows, but I'm really a competitor. I like to compete. I like the competition side of it. So I don't care to do shows if they don't come around. If they come around, great. I'm more than happy to do them. But if no one called me for another show ever again,
that's fine.
Shucks. I enjoy uploading my Trick Shot Tuesdays reels and yeah, just enjoy it. There's always going to be a pool table.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and now that you're making cues now, you're like leaving your mark in the industry now.
Yeah, hopefully.
Which is really cool.
Well, the fact that my other mentor passed that I was apprenticing under, I could tell you, the dark side of the industry, it's very difficult to find somebody that's willing to teach you, especially cue smithing. It's a very difficult. So, that's where I'm at. I'm getting into more. I'm already going to start cutting some inlaid pockets this year, but hopefully by next year, my cues will become a little bit more extravagant in designs. I want to get to the point to where I can make a living strictly building high-end cues.
That'd be amazing.
To where I can just be like where my mentor was before he passed, to where he only builds about 10 cues a year.
Wow.
But because his cheapest cue's $8,000. That's his living.
Exactly.
And even now it's like I love what I do. I love coming to work and
amazing.
I'm not retired from work, but I feel like I am because I don't mind. I build cues all day. And then when I'm not building cues, I shoot trick shots. I can't complain.
Awesome.
You're actually an artist in 3 ways.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
And that's another thing I tell people. It's like what a lot of people don't know, and it's not like I'm trying to plug it. I'm the only person in the world that builds a jump cue made by a world jump champion.
There
like
you go.
I'm a world champion that builds cues. Why would you buy a cue from anybody else?
Guy makes his own cues. Amazing.
They work.
Amazing. Awesome. All right. Well, this is a great segue to one of our favorite segments of the podcast, which is the Magic 8 Ball. So, do you have a question, a yes or no question for the Magic 8 Ball?
Do I have a question?
Yes, a yes or no question, and the Magic 8 Ball will tell you your future.
Okay.
Maybe.
It will try to predict.
It sometimes is unsure, but it will try. So think of a question and then press the button. But when you press the button, hold it up to the microphone so the microphone can hear it.
Yeah.
I got a question for it. Will I beat the defending champion Florian Kohler in South Africa this coming March?
Definitely, yes.
Yay!
Wow. You're
in trouble, man.
You heard it here first.
You're in trouble, brother.
The 8 Ball said it.
Well, this episode was fantastic. I learned so much, and I can't wait to maybe try and work on my Masse shot for sure.
Let's do
and
it.
definitely going to check out your Instagram as well and see some of this in action. Thank you so much for being on the
it was a
podcast.
pleasure to be on here. Thank you so much for having me.
And thank you, Rich, for co-hosting with me.
You.
Rich, thank you.
It was wonderful to meet you.
And we will see you all next time on the Lucky Breaks podcast.
That wraps up another episode. A big thank you to our guest for joining us today and sharing their story. If you want to connect with our guest, their contact info can be found in the show notes for this episode. Also, please show your support by liking and subscribing.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of the Lucky Breaks podcast. You can find more episodes at youtube.com/@luckybreaks-podcast or by searching for Lucky Breaks on your favorite podcast player. This episode was produced by Sue Lueder, Aaron Schulman, and Beth Jung. Thank you for your support. Sign up to be a guest on a future episode from our YouTube channel page.